Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 72 of solving the object-oriented programming questions with the help of Python. If you are very new to this channel, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been solving questions based on object-oriented programming. We started from a very basic question from day 1 and then we have been moving and to the difficulty level like anything. Now we are doing the question on abstraction. We have covered so many topics and so many concepts of object oriented programming already. We have covered inheritance, we have covered polymorphism, we have covered encapsulation, and also we have covered many concepts and different types of inheritances we have covered, and we have covered in each concept we have covered so many questions. So now right now we are just focusing on abstraction, and already I have discussed and introduced the concept of abstraction on day 70th. Right now we are focusing on solving the question, a question on abstraction. As you can see on the screen, I have prepared a question. I have prepared you a question on abstraction which we will be solving today. So let's start this question, and just before starting with this question guys, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So what we have to do here is we have to define an abstract class vehicle with attributes, color, and model, create a concrete subclass car that implements the abstract method and attributes. So we have already discussed the difference between concrete and abstract. So we have already discussed the difference between concrete versus abstract. So concrete means real, and it real, or it is not hidden, while abstract is hidden, you can say. So this is the difference between abstract and concrete. And in abstract you can say that the things which are hidden you do not have to worry about. Likewise, like I have just already discussed in our 70th tutorial in detail, I have discussed and I have told you that what is real, and I have taken the example of a video game where we have to just only focus on real things, which means that we do not have to worry about things in abstract classes. So like I have taken the example of a video game, or you can say a keyboard. When you press a key, like for example you write a name NAME, you know that when you press the key N, the N key will be displayed on your screen, but you do not know the concept, the logic behind it, means why it is happening, why I'm pressing, and it will be but I mean, you know that it will be done, but you do not know how it is done. So this is what the abstract part means. You get the output, but you do not know what is the hidden part behind it. So this is what is concrete and abstract. Now to get back on the question, let's discuss this question, and we have to define a class called vehicle. So define a class called vehicle, and of course this is a parent class, so I'm just going to write a comment here that it is a parent class here, parent class. And like I'm just gonna do first of all that previously what we were doing, we'll be just doing with the same method, and after creating the classes, I am just gonna apply the abstraction. So I am just gonna do the conventional thing which we were doing, like first of all we were creating the parent class, and then we will creating child class, and after creating that we will be including the part of abstraction. So first of all, just create simply a method called create subclasses, define an abstract class vehicle with attributes, color, and name. So we can just write definite here, and we have two attributes, color and model. So I will just writing self dot model is equals to model, and self dot color is equals to color. So now we have two attributes here. These two are public attributes. So these two are public attribute. We do already know what is public attribute and private attribute. So this is public attribute, and this is also a public attribute. And if you do not know what is public attribute, you can just watch my tutorial on day 62 where I have discussed about public, private and protected attributes. I have discussed in detail. You can just watch my tutorial on public attribute, private attribute and protected attribute. So I have just discussed it in detail. You can just watch it, but right now we have to focus on this question. So let's get back to the question, and we have to just introduce to attributes including model and color. Now we have to create a concrete subclass that car. So we have to include a class called car here, and this will be inheriting vehicle. So this is vehicle which we have to inherit, and inside that we have to implement methods and attributes. So we have to include the method and attribute from the vehicle class. So I can just write definite here. Automatically it will be inheriting from the above class the attributes, and after this we have to create a method, and there is no method yet in the vehicle class. So we can create a method called definfo, in which we will be just including the information about the vehicle. So I am just gonna print values like by saying that name or the model is self dot model, and print f string color self dot color. So now this is the part we have to do, but right now we have to include the abstraction too, and I have to introduce the info method inside the car class for abstraction. So before I do just include this, let's just understand the difference between what I do in conventional and what I will be doing in abstraction. So conventional technique, in conventional concept of object oriented programming. So why I'm saying conventional does not mean that the abstraction means this whole code is conventional. Which what I mean here is that what we were studying previously, we are just applying it here, and we are not including abstraction yet. So when you will be including abstraction, you will be knowing that what I mean. So if I create an instance here, let's say car is equals to car, and just write it like this and include color like black, and I can write a model here. Let's say car is the model, or you can just say Honda City is the model name. All right, now if I say car dot info and just close it by parenthesis, and if I run the code, I will be getting this model Honda City and color black. And even if I create an instance for my vehicle directly, I will be able to create. Let me show it to you, that if I just create a vehicle saying that bike is equals to vehicle, and just close it by parenthesis and just include the color as blue, and model as what I can say here is, let's say splendor. I just putting a random value here, and if I just say bike dot info here, I will be able to run the method. And this is my parent class, right? Parent class, and this is my child class. And if I just run this, both of them will be able to run. You can see it that I am getting model splendor and color blue. So I am able to run both of the classes right now, because we all know that this is the part which we have already studied and there is no change yet. But to make a change here, we have to include the abstraction part here. So let's introduce the abstraction part here. So first of all, to include the abstraction, we have to import ABC from ABC, and after doing this, we have to also include from ABC import. Instead of from, I have to write import, and we have to import two things. By separating a comma, I can just include two things. First is ABC I am importing. Let me just zoom in to make it more focused. And first of all, I am importing ABC, and secondly I will be importing abstract method. So abstract method, secondly I will be importing. So I have imported two things from my ABC, and this is the ABC class, and this is the abstract method I have just imported. Now I have to make this info method. right now uh, right now the car method does not have a method called info, right? It does not have a method called info. It only the vehicle class only has this method. We were able to run it because this was a child class, so we can run it with the help of super init function. We can just run the method as well, and we were able to run it because it was inheriting. So that is already been cleared in our previous tutorial. Now if I just write abstract method and try to run it and run the code again, I will be able to run it again. Why? Because we have already discussed in our previous tutorial that we have to make this class an abstract class. Because we have only made this method a abstract method, we have to make this class an abstract class. To make this class an abstract, we have to inherit it from an abstract class that will be saying ABC, and after doing this, this class is now abstract. So we have changed this class from concrete to an abstract, right? And previously this method was also a concrete method, but right now this is an abstract method. Now if I try to run this code, you will be seeing that I will be not able to run this code, which will be showing me an error showing that can't instantiate abstract class vehicle with abstract method info. So what does instantiate means? Which means that we cannot create these two we cannot create uh, these two instances. So we cannot create these two instances. So we have created parent class. This we have parent class. So it's not parent class, it's parent object, and this is also child object. And so if I try to run the code now, you can see that can't instantiate abstract class vehicle with abstract method info. So we cannot run it until we create this method inside our child class. So we have to include this method called info method. So we have to include this info method inside our vehicle class. Until we do not do that, we cannot, unless we do not create it, we cannot include that method. Which means that we cannot run it until we just include this method inside our class. That's what I mean. Now if I just write def info here and just return something, and I have to just comment this thing or remove this thing, and I have to just pass this value, because anyhow I will be just overriding it. So right now I will be seeing that print, or else I can just cut it and paste it here and just pass this value, pass this info method, and now I can run this code. See, it's saying can't instantiate abstract or class vehicle with abstract method info. So what it means here is that we cannot instantiate this method. Why? Because this is the parent class, and we cannot create we cannot run the abstract class. So right now we can run it. So what does it mean? This is concrete class. We can run this concrete class, we can create an object for it and we can run it, but we cannot make an instance, an object for our abstract class. So we cannot, so I can just simply write we cannot create an instance for our abstract class. So that's why it was showing me an error. And previously if I just run it and show it to you, that it was showing me Honda City color black. So there were two errors. First of all, we have to create this info method, and second, after that, we have to just remove this from here. And why we have commented down this, because this was abstract class, this was not a concrete class. And even if I just comment this here, if you might think that the error was coming because of this, no, the error was coming because of this part, method part, and also because of the class instance which we have created. And if I just try to run it code again, it will be showing me an error showing that can't instantiate abstract class car with abstract method info. So it just says me, it just printed me a value showing me that we cannot instantiate, we cannot create a class without info method inside our child class. So in simple word, we can say that the without info method, without this info method, we cannot create we cannot run the class, we cannot run the method on the class without creating this. So without this info method, we cannot run anything. So this is a check, this abstract method is a check, which is a check, you can say a check which will be allowing us to put a security, or you can say a check. Without this, we cannot run any method inside our child class. So we just have, this is a must class which we have to create called info. And this is not it is not like that we can only create one abstract method. We can create n number of abstract method. This is one method which we have created, and you can create n number of methods. All right, and you might be thinking that why we have put this pass value. We have put this pass value because, guys, see, one of the reason is that we just default by put it pass here. And you might you can also think it like this, that we cannot even create the instance for our abstract class, and so that so why it is needed to put the values, return some values from it. I hope you got my point, that even we cannot create the method, we can create an object for our abstract class, which is vehicle. Even we cannot create an object for our vehicle class. So why it is needed to create a method, and means which we have to create an abstract method, but why we have to return some value inside that method. Anyhow, it will be not able to run, right? So that's why we just put it like this, and just cut from here and paste it here. So this is what we have to do. So just remember, when we create abstract method, just write the name of the method and pass this return a pass value. And after that, we have to create this abstract method, the method of when the name of the method is info. So we have to just create, this is a necessary method which we have to create inside our child class. So this was all in the question, guys. I hope you have understood this question, and if you have any doubt left, you can just ask me in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.